I've been him my whole life just because I've had parents and I've had great upbringings. I just wanted to take this time to, like, when I said I wanted to do this show, like, you and my dad created me. Welcome to another episode of Don Talk Listen. Man, this episode here is going to be one of them ones, I'm almost for sure. This person has known me probably since before I knew who I was going to be. No, she knew for sure. She had to know that I was going to be who I was going to be. Maybe she didn't know I was going to be this person, but she knew me before I knew me. One of the most powerful people that have been in my life, one of the most appreciative people I can say. I appreciate her for being who she is to me. And without her, there would be no me. I want to introduce my mama, man. Shout out to my mama, man. Hey, Mom, how you doing today? Are you looking to record your podcast just like I'm doing right now, man? You should definitely tap in with the Success Center and Thornton Media Group right here in College Park, well, East Point, right here in Atlanta, not too far away from the airport. Y'all should tap in. We got a couple different setups, and we can definitely get you all the things you need when it comes down to starting your podcast. So tap in and click this link right here.
Hello, everybody.
She's super nervous right now, but it's all good, man. We're going to have a super chill time on. But the whole basis of this show, honestly, and I didn't want to say it until we got to the show, and I'm glad that you brought it up. It's really about documentation. I feel like true documentation, true generational wealth is how we document. We lost someone in 2019, and how he left certain things. I wish certain things would have been documented better. Because if he would have documented certain things for us, I feel like we would have been able to kind of live his legacy a little bit longer. But we're not going to end it. We're going to make sure that everything going to go real because of what he did leave for us. This is where we at right now. This is the manifestation of what he was able to withhold for his family. So I just want to say shout out to you, shout out to Carrie. And that's what really made me want to really document the process of what I'm doing. So the whole Don Talk Listen show is about me documenting my people and who actually are doing the things that they say they want to do. So how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm here.
So I want to start. I'm going to go straight from it. Like, if you had a kid at what, 17, 18? Like, what was that like in the 90s to have a kid at 17? Like, was that difficult? Was it something that...
I'll say you actually went to prom and you were at my graduation with me. How about that? My senior graduation. Yep. So it was different. Everybody knew, like, hey, well, she looks a little bit thicker than she was. My dress had to be custom made for prom because I was like 5 or 6 months pregnant, and I was the one that nobody would have ever expected to have a little something in the oven. But it was cool, you know. I mean, you know, it is what it is. Here you are today, and look at you now. Yeah. Hey, y'all make sure y'all go follow me at Beautiful Soul TL. Hey, also check us out on Sip of Beautiful.
I think I'm all right. I think pretty cool. I think my friends think I'm pretty cool people. And all my friends love my mama, for real, to be honest. So I think that's super dope. One of the things I really always admired is, like, you always told us to, like, go for it. Like, you never have ever, like, said, like, that's not something that you should do. You always kind of just was like, well, if you're going to do it, make sure you put all to it. Like, what you going to do? And if that's what you're going to do, make sure you going for it. Like, don't hold back from doing it. So I always, like, I appreciate you for always supporting, like, from anything that I've ever thought of. It's never been like, I don't think that's a good idea. It's always like, well, are you going to do it for real? So I always appreciate you always supporting all the things that I think me and Naya have always done. I think that's super dope to have a mom to be able to say, like, when I said I wouldn't do this, if she not backing it financially, she backing it. She there 110% on, like, just completely support, screaming, hollering my name on the front row. Right. And I'm like, hey, this is our show. We good. But I just want to just say, like, I truly appreciate you, Ma. I truly appreciate and I love, like, who you are as a person and, like, how you raised us, how you treated us, and how you did certain things. Did you think, like, you was going to be, like, have another kid after having me? Like, did you think that was going to be a thing?
No. No, not really. Well, I mean, you know, when you're 18 and you have a kid, you don't really, you're not really thinking about another child, like, you know, right away, because you're just already trying to figure out, like, what the heck am I getting ready to do now? So, you know, I had dreams, I had hopes of going to Europe, you know, to study makeup and all that good stuff, because they didn't have that type of stuff back then in the early 90s in Atlanta. You had to go to California or you had to go to Europe to do those type of things. But Instead, I was having a baby. And so I chose my child over my.
I appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm thankful for that. So I can say that probably really molded me into probably being who I am somewhat today. Because you learn to have a different mind frame of how you look at life. You know what I mean? So I think God knew exactly what he was doing. And I don't think I've ever told you this, but when I first got pregnant, because, I was one of these kids that like nobody thought, even I didn't think, but it happened. I called my great grandmother, and she's a very spiritual woman.
Oh, man.
No, it was her mama, my great grandmother.
Oh,
so actually, it was my great grandmother that I called, and
that's your grandmother. That's my great grandmother. Okay, cool.
It's your great great grandmother, and it was my great grandmother.
Sure.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh, I made a mistake. I got pregnant, and blah 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 blah. And she was like, what are you talking about? She's like, you didn't make a mistake. She's like, he's not a mistake, or she's not a mistake. She's like, your act might have been a mistake, because she's gonna keep it real now, because she's
sure.
she's from that world. And I was like, she's like, but there was a blessing in it, and you have to understand what that means. And after that, I never once thought it, and I never looked at you as a mistake or having being gay.
Oh, mistake, child. I'm just a mistake. I just out here just not
I
even
was like, at that
place.
age, you're just like, you don't want anybody to be mad at you, because you've seen stories, and you felt like, oh my God, I'm like, people made it feel like your whole world was about to be destroyed, but I felt like that's when my whole life began. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's
my whole life
hard.
really began because it was like I had a choice. Do I want to be a mom? Or do I want to be just not a mom, And I chose that I wanted to be a mom, and that's what I did, and I've not looked back.
No, I think even some of the things that you even like have had the ambition to do as well, like even starting a bartending company. Shout out to Sip of Beauty, starting these other things, bartending for that period of time, and then actually creating a company behind it. I think that's super big. But even going back down to like, I think it was some things that you embedded in me that I don't even think that you might have even recognized on what grew me to do some of the things, like start a fashion show, like the Black Runway Experience was started from you having me being in acting. Like a lot of people don't know I took acting classes as a kid.
Yeah, you did.
A lot of people don't know I took modeling classes. Like a lot of people don't know, like shout out to Kidding Around. Like I remember that, like actually taking acting classes at 7, 8. I had the part to be smart guy. I was supposed to be the second kid on what was it, Gullah Gullah Island. Like I had that spot. I got caught up in. It's so weird because I got caught up not being in the streets, but got caught up in my cousins that was from like the hood, and they was like, "Oh, you a pretty boy, this, that, and the other." So I was like, "Man, I don't want to do the acting junk. I don't want to do the singing junk. I don't want to be that. I want to go over here and hang with them and do all this other junk." And it was like, she was like, "I'm gonna let you." Once again, she let me do and let me be who I want to be. So I appreciate that. But those certain things were instilled in me to like, oh, I can do this. So when it came down to doing the podcast, when it came down to starting the Black Runway Experience,
it all circled.
It all came right back to it. So it's like. Thank you, and I appreciate you for like. Yeah. I got put in private school. I was in private school like my whole till like first grade.
Yeah, and that's a whole nother story.
I don't know what happened then, but I was in private school and then I wasn't. I don't know what happened. My dad was here, my mom was here.
We always talk about how you like to talk. Let's talk about that. No, you were actually in Landmark
Christian Academy.
And they had something called a pre-first grade class because he was.
My birthday was in September, so
no. This is good. Bad. This is because he was a smart kid back then, and I'm not saying that he's still not.
The smartness.
But I'm just saying, so they like skipped him over like a so-called kindergarten, and so he went to this thing called pre-first grade. And he had this teacher, bless her heart, she was pregnant, and I don't know. I'm at work. I was working at the airport. That's just what I did. And you heard this story before.
Okay.
You not heard this story before?
Maybe.
And she called me crying her eyeballs out. I can't get him to stop talking. He's just talking. And I'm blah, blah, blah. I'm like, lady, you're
Look at me
teacher.
now.
You're a
Look
teacher.
at me now.
And like, I don't know. Maybe she was emotionally, hormonally, like all over the place. But like, I had to like literally get off work, come to the school, get you. And you're like, you're still going at it. I guess because they were trying to discipline you. But yeah, you've been known. So this Don,
hey man,
listen is like, yeah, he's been talking all the
time. I want to ask you this: when you heard people start calling me Don, how did you feel? Like when people
just did not.
When people started referring to me like as Don, like what was that for you?
It was a little different because I'm like, okay, where do you get Don from? I'm like, because I know your name is a little bit different, and you weren't happy about your middle name, and I was like young when I gave you that middle name.
Put it out there. My middle name is Deshay.
Yeah, I gave him Jerron Deshay.
What's that about? I don't know. So Don got
well, I
created
thought
a
back
little
then I thought that was really suave, you know.
Suave.
You know, and in the 90s, you know, Deshay, like, oh, he's gonna.
He's all chic, Deshay.
Yeah, you know, your dad's name was, well, I won't say his full name, but his name I wanted to say was just.
He's old. He got an old man name.
Old man name, and I'm like, back then, me and him both was like, So that's why we just kind of went with that. So that's kind of how that happened. But when you ended up with Don, listen, I'm just like. Where'd you get Don from? I say, well, maybe it's from my maiden name, Crittenden.
Last 3 letters of her name.
Last three letters of my. I said maybe it's the last 3 letters of
mine. I
use
that from time to time. I say that. I'd be like, so it don't sound super crazy.
You know, my maiden name was Crittenden. So I was like, oh, maybe that was. Or is he Don Juan? Like, what the hell?
In some places. It depends on who it's a place on who you ask.
Yeah, I got nothing to do with that, but all right.
Is there anything like along the way that you heard like just advice wise? Because I know we had like our family, like I know the elders, like you were always were you always technically the oldest of like the cousins and the oldest of like?
I'm the second oldest.
And then like Nana's like the oldest.
On my mama's side. Then there was Curtis, then there was me. And then on my daddy's side, I am the oldest cousin, first cousins. And out of the first cousins.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I feel like a lot of times, like there's a different responsibility, or people kind of look like that's big cuz who did something, and then we moved. All our family is in like Ohio, Indiana, so everybody think we live in big Atlanta, like hot Atlanta. Like, and it's like, nah, it ain't. Hot
Atlanta still got its same issues.
Yeah, same problem, same thing.
Town.
Do you feel like that was like coming here? You came here when you were like 12.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that was a good move, like to be able to come from Atlanta?
At the time, I didn't think so, but in hindsight, yes. Now I think that was like the best thing that my mom probably ever did for me was to move me here to Atlanta. Because first of all, I wouldn't have had you, and I wouldn't have had your sister, and so yeah, that was a blessing in itself. So at the time, I thought it was the end of the world because I mean. I used to be in snow ski club. Like I used to literally snow ski.
Snow ski? You know how to ski?
I did. I don't anymore. But yeah, I was in snow ski club and all that good stuff. You know, but I went through like a really weird childhood back in Indiana. And I won't get too deep into it, but that's what I'm saying. It was almost like it was a thing that kind of saved my life. But at the time, I didn't realize that.
For sure.
Because I went through like some really, really crazy times as a kid. I was always known as like kind of like I always felt like I was kind of like the black sheep of the family because, you know, I was kind of like the ugly duckling that turned into a swan. I'm just going.
Y'all think she ever been ugly for real?
No,
like, nobody know. A lot of people don't know.
I'm just saying.
I don't know if they can see it. Can we go to? Can they see it?
Yeah, we might go into.
No Ugly Girls Allowed was created because of who I seen every day.
Right, but
this is created.
This isn't who I always was.
All right, well, you've been this since I met you.
Yeah, well, the thing about it is, I say all that is like growing up, it was a lot different for me. Coming from a small town, and just going through things that I can't really get into right now. But I say all that to say, when my mom, your Nana, decided to pick up and move us here, and I was like, I went to visit my dad one summer. Next thing I know, come back, she's sold everything, packed us up. She had put us in this little car that she didn't know how to drive. There was a stick shift, a Maverick stick shift, and we're like bumping along all the way from Indiana to Atlanta, Georgia, like with my mama trying to drive a stick shift. Like that was like crazy. So I'll say all that to say, but it saved my life.
I think that's super dope. Sometimes we don't notice that as kids, like what our parents are doing for us, and like realizing a lot of times, like our parents are still growing up at the same time. Like I think about sometimes, like I'm 30 now, I'm 35 now, so I can only imagine, like y'all having a kid at 18 and thinking like it's certain things that I don't do right now. Like, and I'm thinking like, dang, like if I had a kid at 18. My 20s would have been horrible. Like my 20s was crazy because I was able to move to LA. I was able to move to Florida. I just think about like all the things that y'all sacrificed. So I definitely just appreciate y'all being able to do those certain things and just be able to just like give me the opportunity to kind of like be who I wanted to be. So I think that's super dope in that space. I will ask you, because you started this bartending business, like what is like the ideal thing that you would want to really see from it? Like what would you like it to grow to be? The whole Sip of Beauty. Like what is that? What would you like it to be?
Sip of Beautiful, what I would love to see with Sip of Beautiful is we are going to definitely grow into something more than just a mobile bartending business. But the thing that I love about it is something that I'm passionate about. It's something that I did pretty much half of my life to raise you guys off of. And now I'm going to take what I've experienced and what I've like learned to over time to make money off of and to survive and to making it my own business and putting it into myself now rather than putting it into other people. And so I just think, I'm just, I don't know. We'll just see where it goes.
No, I love it. I love it because like bartending, you showed us how to do it. Well, showed me how to do it. And I never got on the gang with it. But like just showing me that, and that really sustained me. Like really the last 10 to 12 years of my life where I was able to make a way. And also it taught me a lot as far as like how to network. Once I learned how to like kind of control how I'm talking and what I'm talking about and kind of seeing like how I can be an influence or be something within certain rooms, it showed me like, oh, I can do this outside of the bar. So it kind of taught me to start networking in different spaces and seeing, kind of reading and kind of picking up on certain people and its energies and facial expressions and things like that. So it taught me a lot along the way. Right. So I definitely appreciate you kind of like being the example of that and showing how like you don't necessarily have to go to school to do certain things to be straight. Like you can.
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to. But the thing about it is you really got to put yourself into it and invest the time into it. Like I've seen you do with a lot of things that you do. And like, I think you got something from a family member about being persistent. And I know that was one of your big things is about being persistent. No matter how crazy it looks to you, you got that persistency much better than I did. You know what I mean?
No, to a sense.
And to a sense. But, but I think that's part of what is going to really make you super successful is your persistency and not giving up even when it's like looking like it's, it's going to happen the way you think it's going to happen, but then something happens and you're like, you know what, I'm let me go for it again. And you just get back up and you keep trying again and keep trying, and you're eventually going to get it. It's going to happen. It's just, because you're going to manifest it. You're going to make sure that whatever it is that you want to do is going to happen.
No, I definitely appreciate it. Like I said, you've always supported me and not even like, I'd be like, why? And it's a gift and a curse. And I heard you, Stan was talking about his sons, but like I know one thing is like sometimes like my mama believe me though, like that's one of my bucks. Like I'd be like, I don't really care. Like mama, I bet you my mama gonna be there though. Like if nobody else, my mama gonna pull up. So it ain't even really that big of a deal. But call from my phone because you call for somebody else's number, she not gonna answer. But call from my phone and she gonna pull up like regardless. So I just think it's one of those big things. Like when you say you might not see that side of the persistence, you've always been persistent for us. Like you've always like anything that we said we wanted to do or we thought we wanted to do, like you let me and Naya like at least go try it. Like if that's something I want to do, true. Let me be here to I'm gonna push y'all to go try it. Like. I ain't want to play. I wanted to play baseball. You let me quit. That's one thing I wish you would have made. Let me do quit. But at the same time, you also like, well, if this ain't what you want to do, let's go on to the next.
I got tired of you just sitting out there in the field and like he would just be literally
in
the outfield just sitting there. I'm like, dude, get up. Like, what are you doing? And he was good. He was good at it. But he would like, I don't know. He'd be out there like, well, like I'm like
that's not how I thought that story was gonna go.
No, that's how it was. And I thought he doesn't have an interest in this, like really, like but you were good at it when you were at bat or you were doing something like that. But when they put you in outfield, I'd be like, what the heck is going on here?
Why?
And then we tried basketball. Man, he wanted to.
Whoa, I don't think we're going to. I don't think that's the part of the story.
Well, you went there. Like, what are we supposed to do?
All right, come on, go ahead, finish the basketball and then.
So we went to basketball. And it was
didn't work out either. I didn't play any sports.
But you know what? My whole thing is I think it's just a really bad perception that people think every kid like is gonna have to play sports. This is what you're good at right now.
No,
You were amazing at talking, even getting in
I wouldn't
trouble in
even
school for talking. So you have to go and find out what it is. Okay, well maybe baseball, maybe basketball, and I definitely wasn't gonna let you play football because I'm looking like I'm not even with that, like that, all that concussion and all. I'm just weird like that. However you want to put it. That was just something that was in my spirit.
I hit one time on the field. She was like, "It's time to go." I was like, "Let's do it."
Like I'm with it. And I mean, and to each his own, because I mean, I'm not knocking it, but that's just what I felt in my soul and in my spirit. I was just like,
he cried. He gonna be a little.
No,
whatever,
you didn't never. I don't ever remember. I don't remember you really crying.
I want you,
but I don't remember you crying for real. I just remember me thinking, I seen some really crazy things back in the day. What they would let just pass. Like they've gotten better about it. About how they, are with the kids now, with the rec football. But back in the day, they was hardcore on them. They was just like, they was already at the NFL. I was like, whoa.
No, definitely different. But I will say this, even when it came down to the pivot of that, like I was one of them kids who sold candies and CDs, and Mom Deuce was like, what it cost. Her and Nana bought my first pack. I went from the when I was selling Starburst for 10 cents, like I was one of them hustlers. I was selling Starburst and Jolly Ranchers for 10 cents. Like I was really going crazy. And then I went to the Blow Pops. And then we got to the Super Blow Pops. Then we went from the Blow Pops to the candy. Then we started getting sodas. Then she started letting me keep my sodas in the refrigerator and keeping them cold for me before we go there.
We did and all then, that. Your memory is really good.
Then we started doing I don't know if you know I was doing this, but then when you was buying the chicken biscuits by the $30, I was selling them I was selling two chicken biscuits for $5.
Yeah,
I was going
all the kids
crazy.
I was going dumb. The kids would come to my house.
Everybody know about LimeWire. I done crashed like 2 or 3 computers off the LimeWire making CDs. Like I was going crazy.
I used to make chicken biscuits for the kids before they went to the bus stop and. That's why y'all was asking for 2 chicken biscuits at a time. Crazy. So one of the biscuits you were selling.
Selling everything.
Okay, now we know why I had to buy the big box of chicken biscuits. I couldn't figure that out.
Everything must go.
And I could not figure it out.
Well, the chicken biscuits you didn't know about, but all the other
was
hustles.
eating the hell out them chicken biscuits. And all I was doing was sticking them in the microwave. And I would slap a little piece of cheese on it. Them boys was like, what?
Ain't nobody else mama was getting ain't nobody getting chicken biscuits every morning. What? Yeah. I was going crazy. But no, but when I came down to Ray.
They were Jimmy Dean.
Oh, them Jimmy Dean. They ain't paying us. Y'all can pay us though if y'all want to pay us. Send us some Jimmy Dean gear. We're gonna wear it. We're gonna rock it for sure. But is there anything that you want to just say or like give the people like speaking something into existence, something that you want to tell them to push, keep going forward? Like you've been through a lot from I've seen you 35 years in my life and just to see who you've become as a woman. I appreciate you and just always growing and always continue to be. You stole my look with the hair. Like, y'all don't know I had locks. Like, the official game of the Don Talk Listen Show, man. Y'all make sure y'all go tap in with Locked In. Come get locked in with the Locked In or you're going to be locked out. Y'all make sure y'all tap in. Keep watching this episode and watch the next episode, too. We love y'all for supporting. Y'all have a great day on purpose or at least do better. She really got on me so bad about locking my hair up in 2009, bro. She was so pissed off about it.
I was.
And then I cut my hair in 2016. She didn't talk to me for like 3 weeks, y'all.
I did not.
She was like, what? Why did you do that? Like, but was pissed off that I got them first. It was crazy.
Well, there was years in between that I grew and it grew on me. And then what really got me is when you learned and you had a real roster tell you what it was all about. You know what I'm saying? To have locks. And it wasn't like you were just out here thugging out in locks. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, because back then, when you were growing them, it was kind of like, it was
gold, silver.
Yeah, it was all kind of crazy stuff. And it was very much a stereotype thing going on back then. And it's so crazy because now it's so like common and normal and everybody's like, here, look at me. I'm sitting here.
For sure. Yeah. That's what I know.
So when he cut them, I was very upset because I said, do not cut them. And we won't go into the reason why he cut them. But we'll just say he felt like the energy.
It's time to go.
Was telling him.
I said when I lost one, I was going to cut them all off. So I lost one.
But I didn't have to turn on social media and see him cutting his hair.
It was crazy. I cut one of them. I cut the one in the front too, so it wasn't no turning back. I cut the one right here in the front.
What is happening?
We gone.
There is nothing I can do about this. Like,
so
they had
the crib. I still got them at the house.
He's got the whole bag of them at the house.
But like, is there anything you would get to people before we get out of here?
Yeah.
And somebody who you would invite to come to the show.
I got a couple people in mind that I could.
I don't want to know their names before we go, but go ahead. What's something you want to get to people?
I just think that one of the things I would like to give to people is like, no matter how much time passes, whatever it is you want to do, whatever your heart desires are, never give up on them, because everybody's timing is different. Just because you see something happening for somebody else, like right now, and you're like, I've been working hard and this is like, why isn't it not me? Because it's not your time. Just don't give up on it. Just know that your time is coming. And I don't know how many people believe in like manifestation. Manifestation is so real. You have to really speak things into existence. You really have to know how powerful the tongue is, because the things that you put out to the universe are the things that you're going to get back. So whatever you want, you can have it. Point blank. And I do believe that. And you have to also just know that it's mind over matter. And just believe in yourself, and just know that, I don't like to use the word the sky's the limit, but I just believe that anything that you want is possible.
No, that's super dope. I think you've instilled that in us.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the things that I tell people I'm gonna do and what I want to do, they be like, bro, how? I be like, I don't know, but watch, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, you gotta believe it. Just know
you gotta
it.
hold on, because it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Shout out to my dog Silver. She said, she always say, bro, my life changed when I met that boy Don. Things just been so different, because we gonna just, me and Silver first, one of our first encounters to go to Magic City, we walked through the back door.
What?
We walked through the back door of Magic City. That was our first time going, and we walked through the back door.
How did we go from Magic City? And Magic City always seems to slip in there somewhere.
Miss Jones was sitting at the back door.
Well, I'm not surprised.
With Chris in there. My little cousin, 14 in there, going crazy in the club. Like, he was going dumb in there. And I'm like, Silver, yeah, bro, this is my family. Welcome to, this is my first time here too. But nah, but it's always been dope to be able to really like watch you grow, watch you do that. Like, my mom gave me my first car, didn't even think about it. 16, she was like, you go get your license, you gonna have a car. Boom, just like that. I had a Mustang at 16 at school, so I've been that man. So I'm telling y'all, bro, I've been him my whole life, just because I've had parents and I've had great upbringings. So I just want to take this time to, like, when I said I wanted to do this show, like, you and my dad created me, so why not have y'all a part of what I wanted to do? I don't feel like I've seen too many people other than Silver. I be biting off Silver a lot. Like, Silver had heard that on her show, so like, I really want to say, like, when I see certain things that I like and I want to put it apart, I want to make sure that I do that. So I appreciate you for coming, being a part of the show, blessing the show for this time. Don't be a stranger to the show.
Oh, no,
we're gonna do something crazy.
Wenext time I'll be a little bit more,
No, we're gonna do something. We're gonna do a straight segment,
like
straight about like the drinks, and we're gonna do like help you with your whole bartending series. Like, that's what the whole show.
And I'm a whole advocate on about women like embracing, like, growing and maturing in life, because you know what, it's gonna happen if God willing, and we embrace it. I love it. Like, I didn't start living my best life until I got into my 50s, so I had kids at a young age, but guess what, I'm still young and vibrant enough to where I can still live my life.
Got a
and
whole
my
brand
kids
called 50 What 50 Who, because like
Shawty
don't look 50 now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not my sister, y'all. This is my mama, for
53
real.
53 and very proud of it. And I talk about my age all the time. And I just think that's one thing that even as young women, young men, and just growing into life, just know that what you're going through is just the beginning. Like, when you get to this phase in life, you're like, man, dang. I look back and I'm like, whew, that was cool, but this is even better, because you just like, it's a whole different like world, and you just taking things a lot differently, and you have a whole different appreciation of life, especially when you've lost a lot of people along the way and they didn't get to where you are. It brings a whole nother appreciation. So you should never hesitate. Women, I hate when women say, oh, you should never ask my age. It's rude. Why? Why is it rude? Why is it rude? Like, think about all the people that didn't have opportunity to say, oh, I'm 45, I'm 55, I'm 43, 32, 25. Let's go back to that. You know what I mean? So just embrace it and just know that life is a true gift, and just know, like, it's all about, just being proud to be in your present state of where you're at in your life. Never be ashamed of it.
Hey man, and I appreciate that, man. So
Yeah.
this has been another great episode of Don Talk. Listen, shout out to all the sponsors. Shout out to Locked In. Shout out to the dope. Oh, this not. I don't got on my dope hat no more. I got on my other hat. Shout out to dope. Dominate on Purpose every day. Shout out to Money Conscious. Shout out to Back to the Beat. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out. We'll have a link to get the Back to the Beat. Make sure y'all get with Yoko Vodka. This episode was actually brought to you by Alpha Labor, so shout out to them as well. We appreciate everybody who was a part of everything that we doing, man. Let's continue to grow. Let's continue to be who we say we're going to be. Have a great day on purpose, or at least do better.